Listen to this video if you want to stop narcissists from making your life a mess. Prepare to be shocked by some truths that will stop the narcissist and their group of followers in their tracks. Enjoy your stay on my channel again. You're in for a real treat today, whether you've seen it before or this is your first time. If you're new, please leave a comment below to say hello. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to never miss our material. Now let's talk about how to talk to a narcissist in a way that changes them for good. What I'm about to say might not work for everyone, but it's important to have a range of tools on hand. Remember that how you say something is just as important as what you say. When you talk to a narcissist, think about how your tone and attitude affect them. The most important thing is to stay calm and uninterested. When you talk to a narcissist, act like you're making a business deal. Be polite and avoid being hostile or sarcastic at all costs. Do not reply to their flirtations under any circumstances. No questions asked. This means the narcissist will show no feeling, which is the same thing as being unable to make sense. It doesn't help to argue with them or try to meet their needs. When working with a bad person like a narcissist, it's important to remember that you're really just talking to a grown-up child. They are narcissistic, feel entitled, and have deep psychological scars. In your life, there is someone who will do anything to hurt you, insult you, control you, and get what they want. They will change how people think and what happens so that it fits with their plan, and they will win. A narcissist will do anything to get back at someone when they are angry and want to hurt them. They will do anything, including lying and manipulating people, to get what they want. Knowing this ahead of time gives you the freedom to put your health first in any way you choose. Narcissists don't have much of a moral sense because they don't care about other people or have a conscience. When they want to be seen as a hero or a victim, they can do unimaginable things. By twisting truth and making up stories, they avoid being responsible for what they do. People unfortunately tend to believe their own lies, which keeps the circle of manipulation and deception going. You can love a narcissist very much, but don't think that it will affect them. No matter how loving, caring, understanding, or kind you are, you can't change how a narcissist acts. You shouldn't spend time with them practicing your patience, endurance, or talking skills. That won't work. You can make jokes about anything funny with a healthy person, but not with an ego. So get rid of everything. That which you don't do right now is what you really want to do. This is what I mean by counterintuitive. To turn them off, do this: do not show any feelings or attention with your body or face. Do your best to stay cool. Using words and being direct is the best way to talk to someone. I'd like to use that to show this. Thanks, but not now. I'm not able to assist you. It's not possible. I'm not going to follow your advice. What you say doesn't matter to me. In other words, no can be used by itself. After it's been said, there's nothing else to say. I've already answered your question, is something you can tell your ego. The last thing is quiet. Not even one more word. You can't talk here. There is no question about it. You'll need some time to get used to this new habit. You should work on it more. The narcissist will stop bothering you for good if you practice telling them the truth without getting angry or showing a lot of power. Think about how you want to sound when you talk. Have an open mind. After that, nothing else was said. Get used to how awkward it is to be by yourself. Like when you say no, take a deep breath. Let the strange silence do its thing. Let the quiet do its thing after you say something clear and to the point. Don't stress out. Just breathe and stay cool. That's all you need to do. Don't let go. Also, don't forget that all you're doing is telling people things. This is not a good business deal. I get it is another choice. You can say something if you'd like to. Let me tell you. I'll get back to you soon. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to think about it. You could also use a pretty flat line. It is not meant to be funny. There is silence after someone says something short, clear, and to the point. Maybe the best thing you can do when someone is rude is to say nothing. Learn more about this and how to use it most effectively. Silence is stronger than any word once you get over how awkward it is. Should you work with an ego who is bad for you, learn how to make the most of this? In other words, we try to be clear when we talk. We believe you have no power over me and can't hurt me. They need to know that you don't want to be there. Please don't let anyone else run my life. It's not going to happen. They will be very upset if they don't hear anything after your clear word if they decide to go after you. While amazing is sometimes the best word, it's not always the best choice. It's okay if you agree. I'm okay with that. I'm not angry. Not even one more word. Just let the dice land where they may. You can also say no, that's not going to happen to make your point clear. The narcissist starts to lose control when they realize they can't control you anymore. This is the only way to get rid of a narcissist. People who act like, I don't care what you think or feel, will find someone else to worry about. You will care most about peace. Because narcissists are notoriously difficult to get along with, it can be painful and hard to connect with them. When they love bomb you in the beginning of idealization and talk about all the good things about you, you are most likely to believe them. Once the vacation is over, they'll start to show what kind of people they really are. It's clear now that they will always disagree with you first, no matter what you say. People who are narcissists often say, I disagree. You could just say, I have no doubts, you wish it were not true. Not even one more word. You could also ask them to say it again. Being honest with them is hard, so this is the best way to deal with it. Don't lose your cool and ask nicely for another chance. They need to hear it over and over to really understand it. When someone is lying, often it's enough to just show that they said something wrong. If it doesn't work, think about whether you can hear your own voice at all. Think about what you said for a moment. This time you can get away with it, but don't do it again. At last it's quiet. They have had to deal with their own lack of reason and sometimes anger because of what you said. You also let them fix what they did. Tell them they will be kicked out of the game 10 times if they are rude or dishonest. They are aware of how risky it is. When narcissists hear this, they give up or back down. Make sure your meaning is clear and use as few words as possible. Do not lose your cool. There won't be any losing their cool, crying, or getting mad. Do not talk. It will be impossible for you to explain why you act the way you do. Being cold and strict is always the best thing to do. Take a deep breath and calm down. Your narcissist will pay attention if you ask them, are you okay? If they are being too negative or defensive, the person who answers will definitely be mad. Then say, oh, and if you want. It's okay if you agree. There won't be more. We've made our case. There's nothing else to say. What you mean is that you are writing down what they do. This has to be there unless those people are really dumb. The message made it to the right place. You already know that narcissists like to say hurtful things about other people and don't care how they feel. However, narcissists are very tense even though they believe they are perfect. There are people, though, who want to know everything about everyone, even if it's not true. If someone tells you something private or upsetting about their life, you can say, that's none of my business. That's probably not something you should say to other people. After that, let the silence take over again. Get the word out. Egos can also be annoying by saying things like, that's interesting. Either that or, I can see why you're mad. You decide. It's not my business what you believe. That's your choice. Either say it or think about it. It's enough to say, let's talk when you feel better. After that, go back and leave. Say something like, let's give up now before things get worse. Leave once more. Get out of there. There were no questions. That was all of our talk. Boom. It's easy to use. These are some things you could say to a narcissist who seems to care about you. People know this group for having flying monkeys, small slaves, weak supporters, and members who are afraid to speak out. If you've ever been hurt by a narcissist, you know what I mean. People who lie to you should always be praised when they say they care about you. What I do for my own safety and well-being has nothing to do with you. Thanks no matter what. At last it's quiet. Not even one more word. Say something like, I already told you I don't want to talk about this with you. It would be great if you gave me some room. Saying I don't know what to say to you, and leaving is another option. That can't be what this talk is about. You can't talk here. You should always speak with self-respect and honor, and your tone should be cold, businesslike, dead, flatline, clear, and to the point. When they talk to you, these people will quickly learn what they can and cannot do. You should follow these plans even when they're not necessary. When the stakes are high, you can be sure of what you say.